we have seen that Jesus has enormous power. He can stand up against nature. He can stand up against demons. And he can stand up against sickness and even death. And after all these things, Jesus goes home. These people in his home were the people who knew Jesus since he was a little child. And when Jesus came back, they listened to him speak, and everyone was amazed. But still, they could not put their trust in him. They said, "This is just little Jesus. He's not a teacher. He's a carpenter." And so Jesus tried to show them his power, but he couldn't do any miracles except just a few healing of sick people. Jesus was amazed at their lack of faith. So do you know what Jesus did? He demonstrated his power in a different way. He called his disciples to him, and then he told them to partner up. They needed a partner because they were going to be sent out on an adventure. And now this is exciting. They better go get ready because the lessons are done, and now they need to go out and apply these lessons. And isn't this what life is really all about? Aren't we all supposed to go out on an adventure? I imagine that Jesus looked at the disciples and said, "It's a dangerous business going out your door. You step onto the road, and if you don't keep your feet, there's no knowing where you might be swept off to." And then Jesus gave the disciples his power. He passed his authority on to them. Now they were able to heal sick people. They were able to cast out evil spirits. Now they were preaching Jesus' message. Repent, for God is near. But before they could leave, Jesus had to instruct them on the proper equipment to take with them. Now what do you think you would need for a journey like this? Well, these men were going to be walking for hours each day. Therefore, they would need a whole lot of food. They will need water so that they don't faint on the journey. They will need money to replenish their supplies. They will need a couple of changes of clothes because, well, they're going to get dirty. And they will need something for protection in case they're attacked. They will also need to bring teaching supplies so that they can teach properly. But Jesus has a different supply list for the disciples. Jesus says, "Take nothing for the journey. Do not bring any food. Do not bring a bag to carry things in. Do not even bring money. You aren't even allowed to bring extra clothes." The only thing that they were allowed to take was a staff and one pair of sandals. These were allowed because they were both needed so that they could walk far. But for everything else, they had to depend upon God alone. See, the way in which they lived their lives was to be as much of a message as the words that they said. So the disciples went out and experienced great success because they were continuing the work that Jesus had started. But the story has me wondering, what am I doing to continue the work that Jesus started? Because no matter who you are or how young you are, Jesus has called every single one of us to make this world a better place. And I want to be the person who helps other people find meaning in life. I want to be the person who lives a life that is a message to other people. We each need to ask ourselves some questions. Are we going to use the power that Jesus has given to us? Are we going out and living a life that is an example to others? Are we accepting Jesus' call on our lives to go? Think about it.